learned from whistleblowers, from the cabal itself, is that they have to work within something they call the rules. And this is very, very important. The rules are a body of spiritual principles that they must follow in order to be allowed to exist. Now, what do I mean by allowed to exist? I mean that they are aware that there are benevolent forces that will prevent them from achieving their goals unless we give them permission to enslave us. Ultimately, the universe is intelligent, alive, and conscious, and it is benevolent. It is a benevolent consciousness. That consciousness does not allow the negative to succeed unless it is invited. So the cabal has made a science, a very elaborate science, out of studying these arcane, occult, magical principles that allow them to get away with what they do. So they have to put out everything that tells you who they are in music videos, in these Super Bowl halftime shows, the Grammy Awards ceremonies. They're out there showing you the truth. This is what people are going to have so much trouble with once disclosure happens, is that these people actually practice black magic, and they are very, very good at it.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. The pause there for a second. You know, I've never heard of this man before. His name is David Wilcock. I mean, I'm sure I've seen videos on social media. He's got a YouTube channel, and he covers all kinds of topics. And he was found dead today, as I'm recording this, April 21st, 2026, from an alleged suicide. It says, tragic news, David Wilcock, 53, prominent UFO researcher. Let me see if I can pull this down so you can read it. And they're talking about it. Oh, it happened yesterday, April 20th, 2026, in Nederland, Colorado. So it says Boulder County Sheriff's Office responded to a 911 call at 10:44 a.m. They said a man in mental health crisis outside a residence holding a weapon used it on himself within minutes of contact. He was pronounced dead at the scene. So Wilcock was a major voice in ufology, not a traditional field investigator, prolific lecturer, researcher, filmmaker, New York Times bestselling author, co-hosted Cosmic Disclosure on Gaia, etc. Some saw him as an Edgar Cayce reincarnation. He served as director of advanced technology and board member of Stavati Aerospace, where he promoted next-gen military fighters, etc. So there is a conspiracy online about this, because many people have said over the years he's received many death threats for his disclosures. And many people are saying that they're not buying that he just killed himself. They think the globalists are behind it and took him out for maybe exposing something, because it seemed very out of character from what they're saying. He didn't seem depressed or anything. There's a clip here of his last show, and they're saying he died within 24 hours of this video. So this is the last video he made, and within 24 hours of this, he allegedly committed suicide.
Nice to see you in a good mood today, David. It lifts our spirits. Meditation, vibing together, shines so bright. Great show yet again. Much love to us all. Thank you very much, Kiko. Eden Hollander says, thank you, David. Walking Tree says, arigato. Midnight Mark, great meditation, great show. Love you, brother. Glad I got done early and could catch most of it. You can come in and get the rest later. Saving the best for last. The end won't be for everyone. I think it's possible that he was sacrificing his reputation for the sake of the plan, just like Batman in the movie The Dark Knight. Thank you so much, David, for your time, effort, energy. Ghost of Body, you are now cleared for liftoff. Appreciate that very much. A-N-D, not E-N-D. And scene. There we go. All right, you guys. Thank you so much.
So, there you have it. Now, while he may have actually stood there and shot himself, there's no telling the influence of some voice to skull technology or drugs that could have been slipped to him or something else possibly. I mean, there's different, for him to suddenly become suicidal, someone whose life was constantly being threatened, someone who exposed the cabal on a regular basis, among other things they didn't want disclosed going on. So again, I didn't follow him, so I can't say, exactly how much he did there, but it seems like he has a lot of people on Twitter who did follow him, and most of them, it looks like to me, that are convinced that he did not commit suicide. They said, no. They said, no, something's up. Was he, I don't know exactly who his enemies were, but let's find out. I thought I'd just do a murder mystery here, or a suicide mystery. Is it murder? For entertainment purposes only. I just want to look, pull some cards here. Haven't done a good murder reading in a while. So, something to sink our teeth into that's not about Harry and Meghan. Man, those two. Anyways, so David Wilcock. So I'm going to draw some cards here for the time of his death. What was the general situation? What was going on with him and his emotional temperature at the time? What was that about? What was the basis for the reason? Now, some people are saying that he was running out of money. These are rumors that I'm hearing. I don't know. There seems to be controlled opposition to any arguments that he may have been, suicided rather than committing suicide. I probably shouldn't say that word on YouTube. I get in trouble for this, but it seems very divisive. It seems kind of like another, any other divisive argument online. You have the supporters and detractors, and they're battling it out a bit on. So even I never heard of this man. So, let's take a look. I don't have feelings either way, although his video looked very interesting to me. I'm sure I'll watch some more of his stuff to see what else he has to say. It looks very interesting. So what was the general situation there of his death when he did that? What was the temperature there, the environment there? I should say the environment of what was going on with him. What was the basis for why he died at that moment? What was the basis for that generally going on? And then what triggered it? What tipped him? What pushed him over the edge that moment to behave like that? Or if it was something, if it's as the police say it was. I don't know if there's any other witnesses there, but and some, in Los Angeles, I heard the police department is, corrupted by the Scientologists. So who's to say these, so it's possible we might not be getting the whole truth. Even from an official report, I don't know. People are questioning it. So, so what triggered it? What that happened at this moment that triggered him to allegedly commit suicide? And did he expect to die at this day? Did he expect to die on April 20th? Was he expecting it? Like I said, I heard people said that he got lots of death threats. So was he expecting it to happen? And how did the police investigate afterwards? What did they do after this happened? How is the investigation being handled? In other words, is it corruption? Is there corruption involved, incompetence, or is it being handled correctly? What was he trying to avoid, not want? Outside influences. What caused this? Any outside influences causing this? Medications. Weapons. EMFs. I don't know. 5G towers. Is there anybody who's happy that he died? And what don't we know about his death? Let's find out. Again, entertainment purposes only. Let's see here. David Wilcock. What happens? All right. So, general situation. Wow. 5 of Cups reversed. He has a very upset, depressed man here. I could see reverse as excessively so. So very, very unhappy. Or battling depression. Oh my goodness. And then I get 10 of Cups reversed. So I'm asking about his general situation and the temperature there, and I'm getting 2 very strong cup cards. 10 of Cups upright would be very happy, but of course reversed is very depressed. The community very upset as well. He did have a strong following and people who are up in arms right now and don't believe he committed suicide. Now, we'll look at the whole reading first, but just because he's depressed doesn't mean he was suffering from depression naturally or that he wasn't influenced by something else going on. But I do see right from the start there was a lot of, because he could have been poisoned too with the cups. So, but whatever the case is, he was extremely depressed and upset, emotional at the moment this happened, when he died. So being emotional is like not being rational, not thinking things through, just reacting. The bottom of the deck, Lovers. So this could be tied to a relationship, business, or personal. There could have been some sort of huge disappointment here, or something surrounding the idea of a relationship. Now, since he was so involved with metaphysical, spiritual things, you can bring that too. In this card, you do have like a spiritual entity on top that could refer to that as well, influencing him. But that's just off on the bottom of the deck, just a general feel around this. And he was very loved as well, so that could also be indicating that as well. But this could be relationship problems. Now, I heard he did get divorced a year or two, or 2024, I believe. But it was a few years ago, but still, I see very unhappy, very not thinking straight, very emotional. The bottom of it all, Star reversed. So not feeling like he's reaching his goals, not having hope for the future. Now, he was a UFO specialist as well, so I could see this also as the basis of why he died at this moment could be because of his work pertaining to that, topics that he deals with in the nature of extraterrestrial beings and that, etc. And the connections of them to the cult and whatnot. It's like all connected. But what triggered this? What triggered this emotional outburst and severe depression here? I got Page of Pentacles reversed. So this is bad news, bad financial news. Getting some sort of official communication that was very negative, or losing a legal battle or something legal, possibly. But it's bad news. I don't know if he had children or not, but I get the idea that he had just lost something else, business related. It's like it could be a business card. Maybe he lost a contract or a job with someone. He worked in communications, and he did get a lot of threats, but I don't really see this as a threat so much as just bad news here of a financial nature or business nature. And that could contribute to him not knowing what he's going to do next, where he's going to go. Did he expect to die on April 20th? Did he expect this? Oh my. Queen of Pentacles. So I would say that this has, I'm getting a yes. I'm getting he did expect it. I think that he planned it a long time ago. Now, he was seemingly happy, content the day of or within 24 hours of, but I've heard that when someone decides they're going to do the deed, that once they've made the decision to do it, they're relieved and they're happy. So that everybody seems to think, oh, they're doing better now. Oh, good. But it's really just a relief they have because they know they're going to do it, right? I think this tells me he's been planning it a long time. Yeah. So what was he trying to avoid, not want by doing this? King of Cups. So this emotionally available, happy man here, which he was not at the time. He was looks very depressed here. Could have been drunk as well. This could be a particular man or group of men. This could also be a group card. He was trying to avoid being, avoid them. Maybe he was worried to get, worry, here. I'm not getting so much fear as depression, though. I'm not getting that. He felt threatened at the moment. Just very, very depressed, unhappy. Was anyone happy that he died? Oh, my. I think there were a couple of people here that were happy. I think that, people whose secrets he was revealing were not over the top thrilled, but they were, like, oh well, goodbye. I am getting financial motivations here with coins. So I am getting that that was a strong motivation here. It made him very emotional. What outside influences led to his death? Wow, major arcana, the sun. Now, I was just thinking, these globalists, the cabal, they own the banking system. They know how to make your life miserable financially if they want to. Like demonetizing you, ripping down your accounts, that kind of thing. Said, I'm getting a major arcana for outside influence. So I'm going to go with the idea that there was some behind the scenes maneuvering financially to upset him. That was not, so I would say there's a strong possibility here that of some maneuverings to hurt him financially and hurt his, relationship possibly with his wife as well and his stability. So how was the police investigation handled? Wow. 9 of Swords. Well, I don't think it was handled very well. I think the police felt threatened as well in the investigation. Yeah. I'm not getting, this is not an investigation. This person's covering their eyes and saying, I didn't see anything. Did you see anything? I think there's a lot of pressure on the police. I think the police may be feeling some threats of some sort with this one. Like, you better not say anything but this. Tell them that you saw him put the gun to his head and shoot himself. So yeah, I wouldn't personally, just from what I'm seeing, I think something's going on here. More. What don't we know? What don't we know about this? Oh gosh, we don't know a lot. We don't know a lot. And there's a lot of information coming out that's just overwhelming, and we're probably never going to see. So I think there's a lot of things that we don't know about. Obviously, he wasn't such a public man. I mean, he was, public facing, but I don't think he was that well known. Like all of the details of his life were not that well known. I don't think. But I didn't follow him, so I don't know how much he opened up. But there seems to be a lot that people don't know about what happened here and what built up to it. All right, so I am seeing a strong outside influence, very powerful outside influence here. Like corporation, entity, bankers, type of group, very powerful group here, leading him to get some bad financial news, just bad news in general, that was eroding his ability to to work and to achieve his goals. It was like he was losing everything, and I think he snapped. They may have this. Now, I also think when I see this, slipping something in his drink or his food or his water, so like sort of poisoning, but so maybe putting LSD in his water or something that could have made him snap and lose it and get over. I mean, this is like over the top, emotional, dramatic, and this could be somebody. I see this I see as someone who's hallucinating, like they're on an acid trip or something, and they're just seeing the world crazy, and made him crazy, like very extremely upset, emotional, not thinking straight. So I do think that it looks like he very well could have been murdered. I'm getting indications of, but not directly, like somebody didn't walk up and shoot him. I think somebody, because that's not the way the cabal would work, right? They would, is what the vibe I'm getting here. This wasn't a violent death as far as somebody else doing it to him and attacking him. It looks like somebody just either gave him some really bad news that made him really snap, or put something, let me see, clarify this, to either put something in his food or drink to make him snap, or gave him, or pushed him to the edge. What is this page of coins reverse? What is that referring to? Okay, yeah, somebody slipped something in his drink. Yeah, something medical related, like something, a drug. I don't know if he was on any medications. They could have fooled around with that. Could be some bad medications, either intentionally. So intentionally or not, actually, because you could get a bad batch of pills. I mean, all the pills in this country are made in a foreign country like India, right, or Singapore or wherever. We don't even make our own medications in the U.S., apparently, from what I heard. So he could have gotten a bad batch here of something that made him snap. And so this big entity that's responsible would be like Big Pharma. So that's a possibility for what led to his extreme irrational depression here suddenly, and that caused him. Now, this could indicate the police are just extremely upset at the situation, because apparently they actually saw him shoot himself. So to actually stand there and be like, "Don't do it, man, I can help you," and have to stand there and watch someone shoot themselves in the head, that's going to leave you with a little PTSD. So whatever the case, the police are in rough shape right now, right? This was not easy. This is probably their most difficult call ever to face, and especially since he's such a prominent personality on top of that. So it's looking like they're, but they were traumatized by this as well. So yeah, very traumatizing death. But again, either I get that the death was caused by some bad food or poison food or a bad batch of pills from Big Pharma that caused a really bad emotional reaction that led to this. But I do think that he had thought about it, and he had potentially planned this for, like one day he would, just if things didn't work out, he would just forget it. Like it's not like he never considered it. I think he had considered it before. And again, I get like the idea of something with the Queen of Coins, either financial or health related. And with the Lovers under the deck and the Two of Cups, I see someone else involved, but not in a violent way. So, indirect or direct poisoning. And there could be a particular man here that he was afraid of that wanted to take him out. Could be an Illuminati man. So let's see. Who is the King of Cups? What was he afraid of here? Oh, yeah. He was getting threats from this man. So he was being threatened by, I'm sure, probably a cabal man or someone, some crazy stalker or something. He was being threatened by this man. He was afraid of this man at the time. Was this man, is he the one that put something or poisoned him? Is this man responsible for poisoning him? Let's see who's flipped up. Oh, I got the poisoning card, Ace of Cups. This is definite. Four of Swords. Death card, one of the... Yeah. Wow. So, I think he was poisoned intentionally. So I don't think it was a big pharma accident or bad batch of pills. I think that it was this man here. I think he poisoned him somehow. So, who was this man? Who is this man? Who is this man that killed him? Who is he? Who is he? I should probably do a whole spread on him to see what his relationship is. Oh, Seven of Swords reverse. What is a criminal? Could be a hitman. Definitely a criminal of some sort here. Oh my goodness, Five of Swords. Wow, a very nasty, evil man for sure. A bully who works with a secretive organization. I don't know if you can see that well. Three of Coins. But this is like an underground organization here. Wow. Yeah, so this is a very dangerous man who I think did not like David revealing secrets, and he threatened him, bullied him, and he was with a group. I don't know if you can see his cards very well. Is that better a little bit? Yeah. I know that's better not. But anyways, yeah. He was, I think he's a hitman. I think he was hired by the group here to go take care of him, to frighten him and threaten him and to poison him. I think he poisoned him somehow. He put something in, somehow got him to ingest some poison in his food or drink or something. And that made him lose his mind, make him go completely irrational and upset. What did he poison? Let's see if I can see one more thing. What did he poison exactly? I get a car, Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands. So something that he drove in. Yeah, something while flying or driving, traveling. So I'd say his car, truck, or whatever he drove around in. Yeah. Something could be just sprayed on. Yeah, or poison. Yeah, somehow. Yeah. Yeah. I think his car. Is his car poison? It's very easy to poison someone's car. They leave something on your windshield and they tell you don't touch it because it could be drugged. You touch it, you could pass out. They're doing that to young women to try to traffic them. I see videos on Twitter all the time about that. So it's very easy. I think his car, somehow they poisoned his car handle or something. Yeah. Yeah. During the night, and made him lose it. Very secretively. Very secretively. All right. So I know I've been kind of figuring this out, but my final conclusion here is, yes, I think he was murdered. I think it was by this water sign man who is a criminal, possibly an occultist here. Very evil, menacing man who is with a secretive organization here that he works with. And he poisoned him to his death, leading to knowing it would lead to his death. So at the time of his death, he was extremely irrational, not seeing things, hallucinating, upset, acting out, very unlike himself, very altered emotional states, not thinking coherently. You couldn't talk to him, in other words, and rationalize with him. He was gone because of the drugs. He lost all hope. I think he was hallucinating, and he lost all hope because of this something being dropped, something being put on him, something that affected his health, his mental health. Here, something that someone else that he doesn't really know, something that did it to him, something pharmacological there. And it could be dealing with his car, or while he was, traveling or moving, walking around the neighborhood. But I think it was his car. I'm going to go with a car here. I don't know if he recently moved. This is a moving car, but I think something to do with transportation, his car there. And it's all very secretive, and they knew it would make him lose it, make him snap. And the police are traumatized. I'm going to go with the police being okay. They're just traumatized by seeing this. And yeah, very powerful group behind it with the sun. And yeah, like I said, a couple of people here are very happy. They're dancing around, 1 foot up. I think of, the Masonic. They raise, when they do their ceremonies, right? They raise one of their pant legs up. I heard Madonna's coming out now and admitting she's Illuminati, like a Satanist. Like, we already knew Madonna, but she's coming out now claiming to be revealing things. It's like, yeah, they'll reveal what they're allowed to reveal. And Seven of Cups reversed is a lot we don't know. Yeah. And we looks like we may never find out. But there you have it. That is my reading. I do believe he was poisoned. So that's what I get from the cards. I hope you found this interesting. If so, please like and subscribe. Take care. Bye-bye.